Hello, beautiful humans. I'm Jem Madrone, and today I want to talk about that part of the awakening process, of our transformational process, that everybody comes to at some point or another. And it's the part of the process where we just feel completely stuck. We've lost all motivation, and we just can barely get ourselves out of bed or off the couch, let alone do the practices that we need to do our self care. And probably is even challenging just to, make ourselves food or take care of our kids. And this part of the process is probably the least fun of all of the parts because even when we're processing heavy emotions or we're going through that death phase or we're just seeing these huge painful transformations, at least there feels like movement. When we get to this part, there's it feels like there's nothing moving, and we will probably be stuck in this place of nothingness forever, because we certainly don't know how to get out of it. And so this phase can be caused by a lot of different things. It can happen when we've done a whole lot of work and we're just tired and we don't want to do anymore. And our ego is starting to fight back and say, no, you're done. Forget it. It's not worth it. Just just watch some more Netflix, and you don't really know what you're doing anyway, and the whole you know dialogue of the ego that just gets going, and once you give it a little bit of attention, it really starts screaming at us with all sorts of craziness. And it also can happen, because of things in our life, because life seems way too heavy to deal with, because it seems like too much to deal with, because there seems like there's no joy around us or in our life. And so we just kind of give up, we quit looking for it. And that certainly can be the case for a lot of people right now because life is really heavy. There is a lot of things that really are sucking the joy out of life right now and making it really challenging for everybody. And so it feels like a lot of people might be in this phase right now because there's been so much effort, there's been so much trying, there's been so much, looking for that optimism. And we just keep getting handed one more challenge after the other. And so there comes a point where we often do just give up for a little while, because we're just tired and worn out. Another thing that often happens is that our life changes so drastically in this process of transformation, that we change so drastically that we don't even recognize ourselves or our lives, and we don't know how to deal with it. We don't know how to function anymore because the old ways don't work and we haven't really found the new ways, the new path, the new way of living life that feels more aligned. And so we're just kind of in that place of, that in between zone. So, no matter what the reason is for being stuck, for feeling that complete lack of motivation and that heaviness in the body, in the soul, in the mind, it doesn't really matter a whole lot what that reason is. Knowing that there are lots of reasons and that you're not alone, and not letting those feelings of guilt come over you, because really that's what happens so often is we feel guilty. We don't feel good enough to walk this path of transformation because we can't force ourselves to do our meditations or our breathing practices that we know we should do. We may still be like watching the videos, YouTube videos like this one, or reading the books or whatever, but we can't get ourselves to actually do the practice. And so the guilt takes over. All of the rhetoric of why we're not good enough comes. And the very first step is to recognize that and to call bullshit on the mind. So, when it is time to move out of this place of being stuck, we have to start with where we're at. We often try to start from the past because it was better in the past, or start from the future because we have this idea of where we want to be and all these things we need to do. But none of that works. You have to start from where you're at, from the present moment. And so before you even push yourself off the couch, get out of bed, make that next step, you have to just check in with where you are right now. And so you can do that right now. Just do a quick check in. How am I feeling right now? And that's the question. How am I feeling? Not what am I thinking? You've already been doing enough of that, enough of listening to the thoughts, but just what am I feeling right now? The second step is just accepting that and saying, okay, cool. It's okay to feel that way. I hear you, I see you, and I fully accept the way you feel right now. And then the third step would be to ask yourself then, what is it that you need or want in this moment? And just listen. What is it? Now really listen. Is it a bath? Is it ice cream? Is it, time to wash your hair? Is it going out in nature? Is it going for a walk? Is it calling a friend? And then do it. Do it. Don't make up a bunch of reasons why you should or shouldn't do these things. Just do that thing. And don't worry about any of the other things that need to be done. Because making that first step of just listening to what it is that your soul is asking of you, that is where the motivation comes from. Because so often we're trying to seek motivation from our to-do list, and that's pretty much the most unmotivational thing in the world. So find that inner motivation. What is your soul asking for right now? And listen. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's usually really simple. And so make that first step. Do what it is that your soul is asking of you. Go for a walk. Go get some ice cream. Call up your friend. Take a shower. Put on your fancy clothes that you haven't worn in 6 months. Switch it up. Put the music on in the kitchen while you make some dinner. Don't overwhelm yourself with so many things that need to happen, because the reason you're feeling this way of being stuck is because of the disconnection from the soul, from the higher self. And so that's why the very first step is reconnecting and listening to the soul. And then from there, we just keep moving. We just keep listening, we just keep connecting, and we just keep moving. And this is the new way of being. The old paradigm was the to-do list. The old paradigm was the woulda, shoulda, coulda, I'm supposed to bullshit. The new paradigm is the deep listening. What is it that my soul is asking for right now? And your soul is going to take care of you. If your soul knows that the bills need to be paid. And so once that primary need of being felt, seen, loved, and heard is met, then the soul is going to give you that motivation to do whatever needs to be done, because it's you. Your soul is you, and your soul loves the shit out of you. So start by listening, start by reconnecting, and really keep it simple. Feel what it is that's being asked of you, and keep the mind out of it. And so if you are struggling with this place, if this all makes sense and this resonates, but you still aren't quite sure how to move forward, or you're struggling through other parts of the awakening process and you would like some help moving through it, then please send me a private message and we can talk and see if the work I do with my clients would be a good fit for you. So I'm sending you guys so much love. If you have any questions, just put them here in the group. And yeah, excuse me, losing my voice. All right, I love you all. Have a great day. See you in the group.